What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is Living to Learn. Thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate the support, the views. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, feel free to do so. Leave me a comment. Let me know if there's anything you want me to cover in future videos. If you'd like to donate, you can find those links in the description of this video, along with my Instagram account at Live to Learn Coaching. If you're interested, or you or somebody that you know has been considering maybe hiring a life coach, send me a message on Instagram. We'll go from there. But anyway, today's video, we're going to be talking about something that I feel is very important. I hope you think it's important as well. I think it's something that's applicable no matter what we do or where we are, whether it be at work, just in our personal life, or maybe in other social settings. And what I'm talking about is how to build rapport. Now, first of all, what the heck is rapport? So first of all, it's not report. Okay, so that T at the end is silent. It's rapport. What does it mean to build rapport? Why is it important? Why did I dedicate an entire video to it? Well, hopefully as I get into the explanation and break down some of the benefits and some of the strategies to build rapport, you'll see you'll understand the significance. Basically, according to the dictionary, rapport is a close and harmonious relationship in which the people or groups concerned understand each other's feelings or ideas and communicate well. That is a lot to swallow. My best summary of that is just rapport is what it does is it creates this openness between you and the other party. Let me give you an example of it as far as in the professional setting. So let's say that you're in a profession like sales, right? Especially when you're in person, right? Let's say you're in in-home sales. You go to people's homes, they set appointments, you walk in. It's your job to present your product or service as the solution to their problem. The only way that this is going to happen is if they see you not as someone that's there to sell them something, but as someone that is there to help them. See, I did a video not that long ago called Everyone Wants to Be Helped, Nobody Wants to Be Sold. People are very leery of salespeople for that very reason. So what you want to do upon arrival, the first thing that you want to do is you want to build rapport. You want to establish a connection between you and that person. You want these to be long-term connections. Doesn't mean the relationship's going to be long-term. Okay, in-home sales, I go in there, we close the deal. Hey, that's it. You probably never see me again. But the connection that I want to leave is going to be long-lasting. Okay, because when people open up to you, when people feel comfortable around you, especially in a setting like that, they're going to see you. It's going to be easier for them to see you as the expert. Not as the person that came to sell them something, but as the person that came to help. And they're going to trust that your solution is the answer to their problem. Okay? In personal life as well, right? When you can build rapport, when you can create this closeness and this understanding between you and another person, communication, when people open up, they feel more comfortable. They're able to think clear. They're able to be themselves, right? In social settings, if you're trying to meet somebody, trying to date someone, just trying to find someone to hang out with, building rapport is gonna help you get further along. That person is you're gonna show a genuine interest in that person, and they're gonna open up and they're gonna see that you're not there because you want something, but you're actually genuinely interested in them. So this is the importance of building rapport. Okay, and again, that's the first step. Display genuine interest. Okay, the significance of genuine interest, and I mean, there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. The best one of the best is active listening. Okay, actively listening means you're not listening to respond right away. You're actually listening to what they're saying. Proof of active listening would be something like, kind of repeating back to that person what they just told you. Oh, so, wow, so, you bought that new car and it looks like it's worked out for you, versus the one that you had before. That's pretty good. Let's say they were just telling you a story or something like that. Then that tells people that you're actually interested in what they're saying. And let me tell you something, when you're interested in what people are saying, we love to talk about ourselves. Right? So if someone's showing genuine interest, that's going to open things up, right? They're going to see you as someone who actually cares, right? Asking open-ended questions. Not no yes no questions, especially in a setting like sales. You don't want to ask yes no questions. You want to ask questions that are going to get your prospect to start thinking. You want them to start to use their mind. You want them to start engaging with the emotion of why they're there. Hey, have you ever had any projects done on your home? Or you can ask something like, the last project that you had on your home, that you had done in your home, would you say you were 100% satisfied? If not, what did you love and what did you not love about the process? See, now they have to give you more than a yes or no answer. And this is applied everywhere. Personal, social life, professional setting. It's always going to help you, build that rapport. It's going to help you build that relationship with that person. Right? Practice empathy. That's another thing you can do to show genuine interest. Try to put yourself in their shoes. Right? Try to put yourself on their side. Again, this isn't something that's going to happen overnight. Don't expect to be able to build rapport like an expert just after watching this video. These are things that have to be implemented, have to be applied, have to be practiced. But I think they're very significant, and I think they'll help us. The other thing you want to do, you want to use positive body language. Okay, body language is huge. I think it's probably the most underestimated. One of the most underestimated things when it comes to building rapport, getting people to open up to each other, right? Smiling, eye contact, right? Putting your hands at your sides and maybe nodding your head when they're talking, just things like that. Like just, hey, having a confident, open posture, this can enhance rapport. This can enhance the feeling that person's going to have, or this group of people is going to have, looking at you like, this person actually has a genuine interest in what I'm saying, right? They actually, I'm feeling like we're on the same page. I'm starting to see this person as trustworthy, right? All these things can help. Okay. The other thing you want to do, you want to find common ground, find common interests, right? It's very important to find things that you can latch onto. Again, let me go back to the sales. Let me go back to the sales setting, right? First thing you do, you want to walk in. Let's say you see, somebody has a Dodger flag, right? Dodger World Series 2020. 2020 World Series champions, they got a flag hanging out of their house, right? They invite you in for your appointment. You're going to say something like, I'm a Dodger fan, right? So I would say something like, hey, I noticed that flag out there. Wasn't that a great year? Man, I loved it. Where were you when they won that last game? You see what I'm saying? You want to find common interests. And again, apply this where it needs to be applied. One of the things that you can do to find like shared interests and to develop these deeper connections is by asking questions, right? Asking questions, showing genuine interest, like, oh really, you thought that book was great. What were the things that you loved most about it? And when they're talking, you're not interrupting, right? Again, this is finding common ground. You're finding things of common interest. This is going to help you and that other person deepen that relationship. Again, not to say that the relationship itself is going to go on forever, but you want to develop these long-lasting connections. This is how we build rapport. This is how we get people to open up. This is how we get on the same page and we communicate better with each other. Okay? Good communication is going to get you very far. It's going to get us very far. All right? Be mindful of your tone and language. This is a big one as well. Right? When you're speaking to someone, one of the things that I always felt was helpful. It's difficult to do, but something I feel is helpful is when you almost not mimic, but you kind of try to match that other person's communication style. So if someone's talking really slow, yes, this was my experience and I had this happen. And when you respond, you might say something like, wow, that sounds like it affected you. How did you feel at that moment? You know what I'm saying? Like you're kind of matching that tone as well. So it just creates this comfort. It creates this level of trust, right? And being authentic, right? We're not talking about being unauthentic, and I'm going to talk about that next. But use inclusive and positive language, right? Like, oh yeah, wow. We seem to really both understand what that's about, or man, that's great that we both like that. Things like that. Like this is how you build rapport. This is how you build connection, right? And again, like I said, you want to be authentic. You want to be yourself. Always be true to yourself when you're building rapport. You don't need to be manipulative. You don't need to self promote, right? It doesn't need to be too much about you. Be you, be yourself. Sharing personal stories is always something that helps people see you as authentic and genuine, right? So if you get an opportunity, again, let's say you're in a social setting and someone's telling you a story, and let's say you found some commonality in that story and you have a story of your own to share with them that presents some of the same elements they just discussed with you. This is how you build rapport. This is how this starts to get stronger, right? That connection starts to deepen. Okay. You want to offer praise and appreciation when you can. Now, when it's relevant, right? Sometimes when you overdo it, it might make people feel uncomfortable. But there's value in offering genuine compliments and expressing gratitude, right? Meaningful praise and appreciation. Wow, I really like how your hair looks today. What gave, just curious, what gave you the idea to color it like that? I haven't seen, actually, I've never seen anybody with that hairstyle before. Like it's genuine. Like, hey, I put some thought into this compliment, right? Recognize and acknowledge others' achievements, right? Let's say, again, going back to the sales setting, let's say I'm talking to a customer, a prospect, and they're saying, and I'm asking them like, hey, why is this a good time for you to look into investing in something like this? And let's say they're answering me and they mention something like, well, I just got a promotion at work and I feel like we're in a better place financially to explore our options with such and such. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, because I want to build rapport, is I'm going to acknowledge that. Great. Well, first of all, I just want to say congratulations on that promotion at work. That's not something that's easy to do. They don't just hand those out. Great job. Acknowledge these things. That's just an example, okay? Last but not least, be patient. Give it time. Like I said, building rapport takes time and effort. It's something that we have to continuously practice. It's something that's going to come easier to others than it does to some of us. But that's not to say that we can't learn. That's not to say you should be discouraged, okay? Be patient. The first thing you want to do if you're looking to build rapport, if it's something that you really want to start to work on, the first thing I would encourage is start to take note of how you talk when you talk to people. Start to take note of am I smiling when I walk into a room? Do I look inviting? Do I look welcoming, right? Believe me, I have the hardest time with that because when my face is serious, I look like I want to be left alone, right? And people get this impression of me. So I have to try to smile more so that people know like, hey, this guy's all right. He's not here to do anything crazy. He's not mean, right? We just become aware of those things. And again, like I said, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes practice. Invest in long-term connections, right? Nothing tells a person that you could care less when they tell you something and you're just like, oh, that's crazy. So anyway, let me go on to the next thing. Like, no, take time, be patient, listen, and respond to people like you actually cared about what they just said. Believe me, they're going to know. It's going to go a long way. So again, just to kind of recap, my tips, my strategies for building rapport: display genuine interest, okay? Use positive body language, right? Make eye contact, smile. Find common ground. Commonality goes a long way. Be mindful of your tone and language, how you're saying it, and what you're saying. Be authentic and genuine. Be you, be you, be you. Offer praise and appreciation when it's relevant, when you have an opportunity. Offer that praise, offer that appreciation. It makes people feel good. It makes people want to open up to you. It makes people want to see you as more trustworthy. Be patient and give it time. Remember, building rapport takes time. It takes practice. It's more than a 15-minute YouTube video. It's going to take time. All right. And anyway, just, and if you have tips to building rapport, stuff that's worked for you that you felt I didn't cover in this video, put it in the comments. I'm open to it. I'm always looking at building up my rapport skills as well. I want to build rapport with people. I want to network with people. I want it to work in my favor because I tell you what, if you can learn how to build rapport, it's going to go a long way no matter what you do. I also want to recommend a book. It's called How to Win Friends. It's called, what is it? I just had it, man. Dale Carnegie. How to Win Friends and Influence People is the name of the book by Dale Carnegie. It's an old book. Give it a read. It gives you some really great rapport building ideas in real time, right? Some of the examples are outdated. You'll know it's an old book, but the principles that are still there that apply, okay? Last but not least, thank you for watching. Again, like I said, please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. If you want to donate financially, it's there in the details of the video. Follow me on Instagram. Send me a message if you'd like to find out more about my coaching services. And have a great day.